It's the season of giving and tipping, but deciding how much and who you should tip can sometimes be an end-of-the-year headache. To help us figure it all out, Kelli Grant from smartmoney.com joins us this morning to walk us through the do's and don'ts of tipping. Kelli, good morning to you.
Good morning.
First things first, don't just give the cash, attach a thank you note to it.
It really is the thought that counts, especially when you're talking holiday tipping. It's all about rewarding the people in your life for their good service throughout the year. It's especially important in this economy because we are hearing that people are cutting back on their holiday tipping. So if you can't give as much as you would like to, you want to be able to say, thank you, I hope to be in a position to give more next year. That way the person knows that you're not intentionally snubbing them or that they didn't do anything to deserve a lesser tip.
Then there's the question of how much do you give, and you say it varies by location. What do you mean?
Well, you do want to be asking around about who else in your life does tip and how much they give, because we know that it's very big in the Northeast, very big in cities, but it really does vary, especially because the rule of thumb tends to be that you might give someone a session's worth or 10 to 15% of the value that you've paid them all year long. So there can be a lot of variation on that by area, and always helps to ask.
And many people may not be in a position, especially now, to give as much as they normally would. What did they do?
Well, the first thing you want to think about is actually making that full list of everyone who deserves a tip. Ideally, you want to be scaling back on what you give everyone rather than leaving somebody out.
Okay, and in tipping, you say, you would think with a tip you just want to give cash. Not always the best idea depending on who you're giving it to.
Not always the best idea for sure, because a lot of places don't want their employees to receive cash. It can come across as a bribe if you're giving your kid's teacher, check that doesn't look good, especially if they then get an A on their report card. So you want to be asking about, are there policies in place that would prevent you from giving cash? Usually you're talking about teachers, postmen, anybody who you have a professional relationship with, your accountant, things like that. You might want to give them a small gift instead.
And then lastly, there's the pool fund. That's when everybody gets in, everybody gets involved, everybody gives something, and sort of the greater good comes out of it.
A very smart idea, especially we see this a lot with teachers. If you live in a building where there's a doorman or there are other building staff, to get everyone together to give in money so that way, if it is somebody that you're giving a gift to, that it's not another I love teacher mug, that you might actually be able to get them something like a gift card or a restaurant gift certificate.
Something useful, something they can use. Kelli Grant from smartmoney.com. Kelli, thank you so much.
Thank you.